Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Drago and welcome back to my Bloodborne Platinum Trophy Guide. Now, today's video we're going to be continuing on through Chalice Dungeons, and in today's episode we got the bosses of the dreaded Defiled Chalice. I know a lot of you have probably experienced this chalice firsthand, and if you haven't done so, get ready because this chalice is going to be pretty tough. Now you can see the first boss here of layer 1 will be the Keeper of the Old Lords. Any boss in this chalice dungeon will most likely be able to one-shot or two-shot you fairly easily. So I suggest putting on runes that increase your vitality and stamina. And for this boss in particular, you might want to equip a rune that gives you extra fire defense, simply because it does have a lot of fire attacks in its repertoire. Now, as some of you may know, a bunch of my videos got removed. I'm appealing that with, which want to give you guys heads up. Don't worry, even if I don't win the appeal, I'll just videos. As soon as I'm done with the last couple of videos, I have 3 more videos after this one. One's going to be the Great Chalice, and the second to last one will be the Thumeru Hill, and Chalice will be, the final video will be the 3 endings plus Burial Blade. So those are the last remaining videos, and if anything, I'll just re-upload the previous videos from my Bloodborne guide, simply because, and if the whole appeal process takes too long, I'm just gonna go ahead and redo them, so no worries. Now, as far as the strategies go for this boss, this is not a very challenging boss. Keep in mind that if you have poison knives, you can always poison her, although you're not gonna be able to take her full HP down with poison alone. It takes 2 to 3 poison knives to poison her. So the best strategy that I would recommend is to just use poison knives sparingly and try to dodge her attack and get a quick combo off, and then just back away from her. Now, for my Ludwigs, I like the jumping R2 attack followed up by the typical R1 slash. A good way to get some quick damage in. Once you get the combo in, go ahead and get out. Where the boss really starts to get difficult is when she uses the buff on her katana. Her attacks gain a little bit of shield, also be able to two-shot you easily if she'll land the hit on you, so make sure that you prioritize dodging, and also if you have any ranged options, go ahead and feel free to use them. Work very well against this boss. As you can see, I'm playing on my arcane build, so I get pretty good damage out of Executioner's gloves. So I like to mix that up along with poison knives. So that's probably the easiest way to beat her. You can also stagger this boss out of buffing her katana by just simply shooting her. So that shouldn't be too challenging. Alright, now moving on. Next up we have Defiled Watchdog, everybody's favorite boss of Bloodborne. This boss fight can be challenging if you lack patience. This boss has a few attacks that will be able to one-shot you quite easily. I suggest putting on HP runes and fire resist runes for this fight. Now, as far as moves, as you can see right here, start off with a charge. So right away, you want to dodge to your right, and then when it does that spit attack, just run up to it a few times, as you saw me prior to this, and attack it a few times when it's about to puke lava. Next up, you can see right now, it's doing that bark attack, where it will bark 3 times. Just go ahead, dodge backwards twice, as you see me do right now. And what winds up to its left or right, go ahead and dodge straight through an attack, and usually you should have a split second to squeeze in a quick R2 attack on its leg. And now once you damage the leg enough, you'll stagger it, and after that, every time you attack that leg again, the dog will take additional damage. And you see me do it here to the right side this time. And the dog down, and I'm doing a thrust attack. As far as attacks, if your weapon has thrust attacks, they seem to be doing better damage against the dog. I believe it's weak to thrust damage. If you have if you're arcane build, make sure to switch out from a fire weapon if you prefer to use fire weapons, because it barely even damages this watchdog. So usually if you're using arcane build, go with arcane or bolt attack. If you use just a typical blood tinge or quality build, just go ahead and go with thrust attacks. If you have like a thrust R2 or some kind of move that does thrust damage, I highly recommend that. Otherwise, just dodge into its left or right, and doing the R2 attack really quick usually does the trick. You can see I keep doing it here, and you want to bait those up like it does right here, and that should give you enough time to hit an R2. Once you hit R2, make sure you dodge backwards immediately. Because usually it will perform either the stomp attack or the attack where it gets up on its hind legs and slams down, or the dog will just charge forward. So you want to dodge one moment, just dodging backwards twice, just to be safe. And another tip that I can give you, to keep this fight in the middle of the arena. That way you have more maneuverability. And another move to be aware of, you'll see the dog, like it did a little bit ago, it does that kind of area of effect move. You can actually dodge it, as you saw me do, by just hitting circle at the right moment. You'll be able to dodge through the blast, but the best idea is to just try to back up out of its range. Once it does that, it will heal up its legs too, so now you'll have to damage them again. And this jumping attack right here, it probably should have killed me. I got pretty lucky that I had all three of my HP runes on. Otherwise, I probably would have been toasted. I actually have 50 HP on this character because I'm level 120. This is my complete build. So I got pretty lucky there. I mean, usually you'll die if you attack. The best thing to do is to just wait till the very last second and then just dodge to your left, because the dog will bite the right, so you want to dodge kind of through its bite. And here you see it's about to do that area of effect attack one more time. Once you get the dog down to the last like 25-50% of its health, it will start doing those bite combos. Same thing applies as it would with like its spark attack. Just dodge backwards until you get it to do the wind up bite attack on either its left or right side. Another tip I can give you guys is if you see this boss do kind of the claw swipe attack, when it swipes the claw and sends out sort of like a fire wave in front of it. If it does it with its right paw, just dodge to your left, and if it does it with its left paw, dodge to your right. And that should be it. Shouldn't have too much trouble. This might take you guys a few tries. Alright, and next up we have Amygdala. You remember this boss from the Nightmare, and in a Nightmare Frontier this boss was not much of a threat, but here it does a lot more damage with its combos, and also combined with the fact that you have only a limited portion of your health available, means that simply you can't afford to take too much damage. Usually a couple of shots from it will be able to kill you. It will most likely kill you with its jump attack if you're not careful. So what you want to do is you kind of want to stay at its arm's length away from it, as you see me doing right now, and you want to just keep moving to your left side. Your goal is to either wait for it to finish a combo and quickly attack its head with a jumping attack. Now again, Ludwig's is pretty good for it, and I know I use this. Simply, it has the most varied moveset in terms of attacks that I prefer to use. It's got some really nice stagger attacks, good crowd clearing moves, and also a good overhead slash that comes from its jumping R2 attack. So right here, as you see, I'm just moving to my left. Right here, I'm baiting its slam attack, and then after that, you usually squeeze in a quick R2 and R1 to get some damage in on it. Also, if you have a weapon like Ludwig's or the Hunter's Axe, you can damage the boss's head, which is its vulnerable area, by doing either the jumping R2 of Ludwig's or just a simple R2 with a Hunter's Axe two-handed. So I usually would recommend those two attacks, but don't get too greedy with those. You don't want to be combos, because usually, like I mentioned before, a couple of strikes from this boss will put you down quite easily. And as you see here, the boss will, once you take the health down some, it will start doing like these stronger slam attacks, which have a bit of area of effect to them. Same approach applies, except this time I just recommend playing a little bit slowly through like the first third of the fight. Just don't get too greedy with staying too close to it and trying to attack its head, because like the slam attack, you'll see in a little bit here that it does, it's again, it will be able to wash wounds or the HP to take it. So and the best way to survive this fight is by not getting hit at all. Yeah, basically what you're trying to do with this boss is you just move into the left. You can stay locked onto it. I know some people prefer to play without the lock-on. Actually, in Bloodborne, and I liked playing without lock-on in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 a lot of the times, especially during boss fights with bigger bosses such as this. However, in this game, you simply get a lot more vulnerability from that sidestep dodge that you get when you're locked. It actually pays off to be locked on. And you see right here, I probably should have died. I didn't recognize that the boss was about to do its jump attack, and I ended up paying for it. Rips out its own arms. The best thing to do is kind of to just stick by its tail and just attack its tail. Now, once you get a few hits on this boss, A lot of the time it will land on top of you, and simply just keep moving, or if you, what works for me sometimes, like if I get a good combo on its tail and it's about to jump, I just keep moving the way that I was facing, and usually Amygdala will land close to being on top of you, but a little bit to the side. So don't try to roll, because if it catches you at the end of the roll, it will do additional damage and you will more than likely die. Now, attacking its tail is the way to go about the fight, but to me it sure seems like the safest. At least I never take any damage behind it. Sometimes if I get too greedy, I might get stepped on, or it might land a jump on me, but most of the time, if you just kind of try to stay behind it and just keep whacking at its tail, you should be okay. You can see right here, we'll try to do the jump attacks right on top of you, but if you just keep walking, more than likely it will just miss. And you see me do it right here. I just keep walking forward and it misses its jump. So and here we go. She's almost dead. And there was a bit of a scare, ended up taking the stomp. And this should just about do it. I just need a couple more whacks and she should be all dead. And here we go. There it goes. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. As I mentioned before about my previous videos, they should be up. I'm gonna try to finish up this guide by the end of the week, and then I'll just start re-uploading all videos. Thank you guys for watching.